I'm going to continue where we left off. We're looking at shapes, basic shapes, and there are different things that we can do to format them. We've already talked about the fill and the outline. There is a button here that shows a format pane, and if you click that, then a pane shows up here that has all kinds of different options as far as fill and as far as line, and it gets very very powerful when you think of all of the different things that you can do. There are also some text options. There are some. This is effects, which is the same thing as this right here. This is where you get your shadow, reflection, glow, bevel, and you get the same thing over here on the text effects right here. So if I go out here and I do this, I'm on solid fill. If I say no fill, I'm trying to go here. If I say no fill, I just left my fill. I can have a solid fill, which is what I just had, and here is the color that I had. I can also have a gradient fill, and now I can choose as to preset gradients. I can do preset. I can change what direction it's going. I can actually even change the color. I'm going to go from red, and now I can also adjust the transparency, and it begins to fade out a little bit. The other option is a texture. This one's kind of interesting because for the texture, there are different kinds of textures that you can select from. I'm going to move this over a little bit so that you can see it. And I really like the wood texture. And you can see here that now I've added that texture to that screen. The line around it isn't very, very heavy, so I'm going to go up here on my line tool, and I'm going to increase the weight of that. Blue, I don't like blue. Anyway, you get the idea. And there's also a pattern fill if I want to choose like a line pattern or a checkerboard pattern. I also can do a picture or texture. Now, if it's a picture, I can go to the file here, click on file, and go pick. And there is a picture that has been put into that shape. So there's all kinds of different things that you can do here in terms of formatting your basic shapes. There's even a shadow function here. If you get into you can put a shadow behind the object. It's over here, sorry. And now you can see that there's just ever so slight a shadow. And in fact, over here, underneath the shadow, watch this. I can adjust the size of the shadow. You see what's happening over there? I can change the color of the shadow. I want the color of the shadow to move to orange. So I'm getting a little different kind of I can also change the angle of where it's coming from and how far away the shadow is. So you have some really interesting options here in terms of different shadows that you can put onto an image. Okay.